Hey, I'm Helen with Floating Yoga School. I'm here with my sister Stephanie today, and we're going to do a little overall flow focused primarily on your back. She is an infant. She's been carrying a lot. Her back is feeling achy. I always have back stuff, and it's one of my most common requests. So we're going to start today in a child's pose. Your knees can be wide or together, big toes touch. Press your hips to your heels. Walk your arms out in front and relax your forehead down toward your mat. And this should lengthen your back. If you feel like you want a little bit more gentle back stretching, you might find your knees together, arms wrapped around your legs in an embryo variation. It feels a little bit more comfortable. Whatever you choose, take a few breaths here to center, to become present, to become aware of what's going on with your body. And start to take some deeper breaths in and out of your nose. Notice if there's anything you'd like to set as an intention or anything that comes to mind. And then stay pretty low to the ground. If your arms are wrapped around your legs, bring them forward. Begin to walk your hands over to your right. Send your left hip a little bit to the left. Find a stretch through the side of your waist and your ribs. Keep breathing here. And then pass through center. Take that to the other side. Hands to your left, hips to your right. Bring it back to center. Lift to a tabletop, hands and knees. So your shoulders are above your wrists, fingers spread really wide, hips right above your knees. We'll move through cow and cat. Inhale, lift your tailbone, drop your belly, send your heart forward, really lengthen your spine. Exhale, scoop your tailbone under, press the ground away, chin to chest, round through your back. Mine's popping. Move with your breath. Inhale, belly down, finding length through your spine, a nice extension. Maybe you look slightly up. Exhale, scoop and round, really press the ground away. Think of puffing up between your shoulder blades. 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Come back toward neutral. Draw your knees together so they touch. And extend your right leg behind you like you're stamping your foot into a wall. Try to keep your pelvis neutral, toes point down. Engage your low belly. And then left arm out in front. So you've got opposite arm and leg extending, finding strength through the front and back of your body. Breathe here. Release just your hand down. Take your foot, cross it to your left. Toes down, press back to your heel, and then peek over your left shoulder. So really breathe through your right side. I feel this in the side of my hip and the side of my waist, maybe even into your ribs. And then bring yourself back to center. Reset to neutral, take a little movement side to side. Maybe you want a cow and a cat. Maybe there's a wrist stretch that's calling your name. Back to a child's pose. Let it be intuitive. So let your body decide where you go next. And then we'll take the same thing to the other side, knees together to touch. Left leg behind you, stamp your foot into that imaginary wall. Strong core, right arm out in front. Continue to breathe. And just notice any differences between the two sides. Maybe one side feels more stable, one side feels more challenging. Release just your hand down. Take your foot over to your right, toes down, press through your heel, look over your right shoulder. And then bring it back to center. So knees can stay down, or you can come to a high plank upper push-up. If you're taking your high plank, step your feet back. If you're taking your knees down, think of walking your hands forward so your knees are no longer below your hips, but a little bit back. So I'll take plank. You can take that variation you decide. Breathe in here, and then breathe out, lower all the way to your belly. Elbows hug your sides. Chin or forehead to your mat. Baby Cobra, elbows point back and hug in. Lift your heart, inhale. And exhale, lower down. We're going to take our hands a little bit wider. Tense your palms. Your fingertips are on the ground, palms up. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. And then hands even a little bit wider. So Stephanie, bring them off your mat toward me. Yep. Inhale to lift up. We're going to hold it here as you exhale. Drop your left shoulder in. Look over your right. Doesn't have to be super deep. Back to center. Breathe in. Drop your right shoulder. Look to your left. Nice. One more time each direction. Inhale to lift. Exhale, a little dip and twist. Back up, breathe in, and take it to the other side. Inhale, lift it back up, and exhale, lower. A locust variation, hands come back by your sides, palms down so your thumbs are facing out. Press through your hands to lift your chest, press into the tops of your feet. And then if you like, you can lift your feet off the ground. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Chin stays slightly tucked, long spine. Yeah, nice. One more inhale. Exhale, release it down. Head to one side. If you'd like, you can stack your hands. Rest your forehead on your hands. Shimmy your hips a little right and left. And then if your head does to one side, turn it to the opposite direction. Continue to breathe into your back. Beautiful. We're going to press it back to a downward facing dog, hands by your side. Tuck your toes. You might lift through hands and knees or high plank and all the way up. And feel free to move around here. Pedal at your feet. Think of pressing chest to thighs. If you're slipping, you can always adjust however you need. Full deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, make some noise. Again, breathe in. Open mouth, exhale. Keep your knees a little bent. Walk your hands back to your feet. So you're in a forward fold near the back of your space, and we'll find a ragdoll variation. Knees bend a lot, belly to thighs. Hold opposite elbows if you want. Your feet can go a little bit wider. You can add a little sway side to side or a nod and shake of your head. Release your hands down. Bend your knees so your tailbone is heavy. Roll to standing. Your head is the last thing to come up. Imagine stacking your spine. Keep your tailbone heavy. Keep your knees bent. When you get to the top, shrug your shoulders up, back, and down. Mine's really crunchy. I don't know if yours is. And then reach your arms to the sky. Big breath in. Interlace your fingers. Flip your palms to the sky as you exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, hands behind your head, elbows wide, and then lean back into your hands. Imagine you could traction your neck a little, like you're lifting the back of your head. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then come back to neutral. Keep your hands, arms as they are. Just drop your right elbow down. Breathe into your side body. Maybe you kind of twist, looking up a little bit. Yeah, nice. Come back to center, and then take it to the other side. Left elbow down. Same option, stay, or maybe there's a little bit of a twist to look up to the sky. Come back towards center, hands overhead, breathe in, and then fold forward as you breathe out. Lift halfway, inhale, long spine, slide your shoulders down your back. Exhale, walk your hands forward again. Find your downward facing dog. Nice deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Again, breathe in. Open your mouth, breathe it out. Right foot is going to come forward between your hands or in that direction. Left knee will lower down so you can get yourself there however you want. Left hand stays down, reach your right arm to the sky, find a little twist. Option is stay with your right hand reaching higher. If you like, right hand can come behind your head and kind of twist yourself even a little bit more open. Just find what feels good in your back. Try to keep your shoulders moving down, your back away from your ears. We're going to transition from here to a supported side plank. So right hand comes down. I'm going to pivot my left foot to the side, kind of towards Stephanie behind me, and slide my right foot to the back of my space. However you want to get there is fine. You're on your left hand, your left knee, and your right shoulder and hip are stacked over the left side. And you can hang out here. You can play with lifting your foot, find a little bit more core strength. If you want, you can keep your right foot down, press into it to lift your left knee off the ground, or even find a full side plank. Nice deep breath in. And exhale, release. Back to hands and knees. And we'll take a little bit of movement. Maybe you're a cow and your cat. Maybe your child's pose. For some reason, I want to sway a little side to side. Maybe there's some figure eights or other circles that feel good. Don't overthink it. Just let whatever needs to happen, happen. And make whatever adjustments you need. Lean back in downward facing dog, hips to the sky. And this time your left foot is going to step forward, right knee come down. So however you want to get there in a supported kind of lunge position, right hand down, left arm to the sky for your twist. And same option to stay, or left hand behind your head so your elbows up, kind of twisting yourself open a little bit more. Beautiful. Breathe here. Gently release your left hand down. Find that supported side plank. Right foot pivots behind you. Left foot slides to the back of your space. Stack your left hip and shoulder. And then maybe you play with variation, floating your left foot or pressing into your left foot and floating your right knee. Wherever you want to go, it's great. Continue to breathe. Nice deep inhale and exhale, release. Hands and knees tabletop. We're going to find thread the needle from here. Let's start with our left arm to the sky. Roll your wrist. And then thread your left arm underneath you to the right. Drop your shoulder down the side of your head. Hips really want to lean to one side. For me, it's to the right. So you can keep them kind of centered. You might take your right hand to your low back. You might reach your right arm forward or even wrap behind your back. And then as you feel ready, unwind, counter stretch, left arm out and up. Big breath in. Exhale, release, switch sides. Right arm to the sky, inhale. Thread to your left, drop your shoulder down, your head down. Left hand can stay. Come to your low back, wrap around or reach in front. Notice what your hips are doing. Try to keep them somewhat even, but that's okay if they lean a little. And as things feel even, unwind, left hand by your face, and thread right arm out and up, counter stretch. Breathe in, and exhale, release. Take your downward facing dog one more time. And then bring your feet about halfway up your mat, up your space. Take them wide, heels in, toes out. We're going to come into a little squat malasana, bottom toward the ground. So this might look more like a chair for you, a little bit higher. That's cool. So finding some space here. Otherwise, elbows into your inner thighs and then press your inner thighs back into your elbows. Imagine lifting your pelvic floor. So find a little lift out. Open your heart, breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, we're going to take a seat to a butterfly or cobbler's pose. Bottom down, soles of your feet together, knees out wide. Yeah, we'll stagger a little. Lift your heart, breathe in. And as you exhale, begin to fold over your legs. Head and neck can relax. If you want, you can use your elbows to gently press your legs a little bit closer to the earth. I feel this one really around my sacrum, low back, and my hips. You might feel it someplace else. And gently lift yourself up. Keep your right leg as it is. Extend your left leg long. And we'll take a seated twist. So right foot can come inside your left leg or up and over, right knee to the sky. Right hand behind you, left arm can hug or hook elbow outside your thigh. Try to sit up tall so you're not leaning a lot back, and then gently rotate your spine. Maybe your head follows, maybe your chin stays above your sternum, depending on how your neck feels. Gently unwind, switch out your legs. Right leg straight, left knee up, inside or outside. Left hand behind you. Find the arm variation that feels good. Find your twist. Awesome, and then gently release. Both legs out in front. We'll take a tall seat, breathe in. As you exhale, lean over your legs. And you find the edge, the point to which you feel sensation. Knees might be bent. Release more in your back. You might have your legs more straight. Find more hamstring stretch, combo of the two. And slowly lift yourself back up. We're going to come onto our backs. You can scoot yourself forward, adjust as you need. Roll yourself down. And set yourself up for a bridge pose. Knees bent, feet on the ground, hands by your sides. Try to keep your head pretty still. Press through your feet, lift your hips. Doesn't matter how high you go, breathe into your belly. Your hands can stay flat, or if you like, you can interlace your fingers and try to work your shoulders a little closer together. Yeah, nice breath. Keep breathing here. Release your grip, roll it down, and hug your knees into your chest. Little squeeze, maybe a little rock side to side or some circles with your knees. Let your feet come down, knees point to the sky for a figure 4. Left ankle over your right thigh. You can stay there or hug everything into your chest. Left arm between your legs, right arm around the back. Breathe into your hips. Breathe into your glutes. And gently release, swap it out. If you want some windshield wipers between, feet wide. And then as you're ready, right ankle over your left thigh, or whatever side you didn't just do, hug it in or keep it on the ground. Breathe into it. And then as that feels even, or you've had enough, release. Any last movements, little shake out knees to chest. We'll take just a little mini rest, a little mini shavasana. So you can be on your back, you can be on your side, your belly, adjust however you need. Try to snuggle your shoulders down your back, keep your collarbones open, your chest broad. Let your breath come back to a regular rhythm if it's not already there. And simply allow for a little stillness. Feel the support of the earth below you on your back body. You can stay here as long as you like, or begin to introduce some movement back in, little wiggles, fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles. Maybe arms above you. And as you're ready, rock yourself up to a seated position. And take a moment here to add in any neck movement, chin to chest, and then one ear to your shoulder. I've got one side that feels a little bit tight. Maybe the other ear. Maybe you gently move it in all directions. I prefer chin toward chest and then just side to side. So I'm moving kind of forward. Then come back to neutral. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Give yourself thanks for making the time to move to breathe. I thank you as always for joining us. We're going to bow our heads together in silence. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. So pass along, share with your friends, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.